Reading Swift Arc for Wednesday. This is Raffin Nordry. This week we'll be talking about the rune Fehu. This is the first rune in the runic row of the Elder Truth Arc, which has 24 symbols. This is the rune shape with its color, and this is the rune Stava, or the runic pose for Fehu. To strike this pose, you stand erect, facing the sun, your hands forward in this position, with your fingers pointing and your palms out to direct energy. You'll also want to have your left hand or your left arm slightly higher than the right. This is the Germanic name, Fehu, which means mobile property and cattle. The Old English and the Old Norse name also have references to cattle and money, or livestock and money. And looking at the linguistic progression, you can see a possible connection between here and the English root word fee. Here are some common associations to this rune. The phonetic value of F, as in the word fire. The deities of Frey and Freya from the Vanir. The color light red. And the tree elder. The shape of the rune comes from the shape of the cattle's head with horns, as you can see here in this picture. Interesting factoid. Horns from cattle have often been used in ancient times as well as modern times by Asatru, heathenry, Odinism, in sacred rites to hold liquids such as mead, as seen in this picture. Going back to the associations, you could possibly make a talisman or a charm using elder wood, carving the rune Fehu on it, and then staining that in a light red, whether it would be paint, a little bit of blood, not too much because it gets dark. You want to keep it light. Allow me to walk you through one thing, however, with the rune Fehu and its deities. The deities being Frey and Freya. To make an offering to Frey and Freya, you will need a clean area. Please do not just toss your keyboard off to the side and call that your clean area. That will work in a pinch, but when you're offering and working with deity, you want a mindset and an action of reverence and respect. You're going to need a bowl for the offering, which is often a form of liquid, such as beer or ale, milk, juice, mead, or simply water. It's up to you and what you feel most comfortable with. You're going to need a vessel for your liquid, either a horn, a drinking horn, or a cup. An image of the deity or statuette often helps, and some understanding of who you are offering to and what it means to do so. Some key concepts for Fehu are wealth and money, simply obvious, but with the connection to Frey and Freya as god and goddesses from the Vanir, nature deities, we have the reference to food and sustenance. We can also see the Hamingya, which is often translated as luck or personal power. Fehu deals with the circulation of power, financial strength, and prosperity. Energies associated with Fehu are mobility, again luck and charisma, dynamic power, liquid and mobile transferable energies, abundance, circulation, mana, and sexual attraction. Thank you to Frey. To give you an example of this liquid and mobile transferable energies, there is an energy in Hamingya or personal power, luck, that can be passed from person to person. Often, this is done between a husband and a wife, or a parent and a child, so on and so forth. Another daily occurrence of this circulation of power with Fehu, directly meaning with money, would be, for example, if I was to meet up with Eric during one of the times he's offering divination at a fair or some other gathering. I enter his booth, he offers the service, I pay the fee, and I thank him for his service. I accept it, and I walk away. That then is a circulation of power from Fehu. not just because there was a transaction of money, but because a service was offered and it was accepted and appreciation given back. That gives the circulation. It's not a one-way street, normally. Here are some everyday uses with Fehu. You can do candle magic. You could use a green candle if you're working directly with money, and that would be something like a color that you would find relating to money. Or you could use a white red candle. I happen to use white candles, and I do color work in my head through visualization. Scent magic. What I mean by this is using, say, essential oils. You don't want anything too strong, something light scented. And using the oil for purpose, you can work Fehu on your wrist or any other portion of your body that you feel would most lend to the work. For example, if you're going to work for personal power or that kind of dynamic power, you might want to mark it on your chest or solar plexus. Sexual energy would probably be down near the genitals, and other purposes, general purposes, you could use the wrist. I will also use the forehead while in ritual. You could do the Stavagolder. You could strike this pose in the morning, perhaps evening before bed. However, what you want to aim to do is to push yourself in a way that you are challenging, but not hurting yourself. Know your limits. Fehu lends nicely to the concept of pay it forward, offering service and kindness, being generous to people around you. You can also use Fehu in visualizations and meditations on primal energies and their effects on your daily activities. A really good example comes to us from Sven in his book True Helm, A Practical Guide to Northern Warriorship. You can use this if you are into martial arts or other combatants. However, this can also be done between two people, a partnership, and I would suggest, as he does, that it works well with a partnership where there's a level of intimacy. For example, you and your girlfriend, wife, other significant partner, so on and so forth. For Fehu, Sven suggests the following. To become aware of the circulation of energy between combatants, face your sparring partner. Strike slowly, exhaling. Partner deflects slowly, inhaling. Reverse roles. Alternating the strike and block phases gradually increases the speed while staying in control. With practice, vary the strikes and blocks. Eventually, it will look like full-on sparring, but will always be controlled. As you can see from this example, with two practitioners of Tai Chi, you can see how they are moving one to another, and it doesn't take much to see the transference of energy that's happening between them. This would fall within Fehu. Sven further goes on to talk about how to use this personally, and he says, on a wider scale, practice generosity with your kin. Another example of Fehu that you can do on a daily basis would be Runic Breathing. This Runic Breathing is interesting, where you would visualize a sphere around yourself, create a void inside your body of all things to do with Fehu, or something specific if you're working on it that way, and you fill the sphere with Fehu. Fill it till it cannot be filled anymore. Use any symbolization you want. Use color, use number, use the scent of elder if you like, use the sound of cattle mooing if you need. Do whatever you need to do to fill that sphere around you. And then start breathing. As you breathe deeply inward and hold that breath, draw in some or all of the energy. As you hold, feel that energy mingle and mix and basically work with your inner system, and then exit. I would love to hear what you've done today, so take a moment and share something you did today with Fehu. Video responses and comments are always welcome. And if you have a question, please ask. I can't help you if we don't know what you're wondering about. That's been my video for today, Woden's Day, and I'll thank you for watching.